But
maybe you want to come back and play? We'll invite you back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and today we got some disheartening news. Feels like the whole team has decided that we're going to get hurt right now. We're going to get hurt. Some of us worse than others. Some of us might not even be classified as a Blue Jay anymore because their contract is up. But we're going to be breaking that whole thing down based off of who is getting hurt and what's going on. The main one being Kirby Yates.
The hell does this mean now?
It sucks. It all sucks. This video is going to suck.
It's literally not a good one.
Yeah. But before we break all that down, give our reactions, our opinions as to what this means for the team, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. And if you did want to win that Blue Jays jersey, Today Jays is the code for Monkey Knife Fight. Make a first deposit, a first bet, and you'll be entered to win. However, a jersey that you probably wouldn't want to be getting is a Kirby Yates jersey, because this guy has now, it's looking like he needs to get Tommy John, which would aka mean that he is not going to be playing for us at all. We signed him to a 1-year deal in the offseason, $5.5 million. We barely even got to see this guy. I think he only made like 2 starts. So this really sucks, man.
Yeah, man. What else? One of the big signings in the offseason, a guy with a lot of upside who could be, bullpen leader, all-star potential. We're not even going to see him be a Blue Jay.
Yeah.
He might, he may not even sign back. I mean, I think he was excited to play for us. Who knows? Maybe he's like, this was unfortunate. I'll take another year, maybe even less money now. But point being now is all we got to think about is now who the hell is going to be closing for us. And we do have options. We do have options in Romano and Dolis. So what are your thoughts about Yates going down?
Like, first off, let's just talk about that, and let's reminisce a bit on what could have been, because this guy in 2019, we talked about it. He was a stud. He was right up there as potentially the best closer in the league in 2019. Arguably him and Hader, like, right there. So that was kind of what we were hoping for. Like, this was always a signing that was very polarizing, Yeah,
and he could have had the upside to really lengthen our bullpen.
Yes.
Like Dolis and Romano can close out games by themselves, and the fact that you bring in an all-star stud, it's truly, like you said, disheartening, man.
It is, man. However, we did know that there was this risk. He had, what was it? Bone chips in his. That always. I hate that. But he did have that last year, and he barely played. So whenever you sign somebody who is, coming off of a big injury like that, where they don't play, that's always a risk. And I said it yesterday in my minute monologue when we thought that he had gone down with just going to be a multiple week thing. I was like, okay, I'm not worried about the team right now. I'm not worried about our closers, but I'm worried about Kirby Yates. Because when you have an injury-prone guy go down with an injury before the season, that never spells something good, and clearly it was much more serious than we initially thought.
Yeah, I didn't even think Tommy John at all. I thought, I knew it was multiple weeks. I was hoping maybe it was something with his bone chips or something. I don't know, doctor stuff.
Right.
But Tommy John, I did not. No one saw Tommy John. And Ross Atkins, I want to comment back on the fact that we signed this guy. He knew it was a high risk, high reward kind of thing. And you know what? Well, what's his contract? It was $5 million roughly.
$5.5 million.
That's fine. Like, hey, we lose that money. We lost the risk. I take that into $5.5 million just for a gamble. He gambled with that.
That was what it was. It was basically like we rolled the dice here, and we said, okay, there's the potential that if he hits, he's healthy all year, he could be one of the best closers in the game.
Yeah.
Hell, I rolled the dice. I picked him up on my fantasy team. I drafted the guy.
I would be looking for him as my second closer.
Exactly, dude. So it's like, and I lost along with the Blue Jays, and we also have failed to say this, like, my sincerest apologies to Kirby Yates. This obviously fucking sucks for you, dude, more than anybody. So I wish you the speediest of recoveries. But
maybe you want to come back and play? We'll invite you back.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I'm ready to take the gamble again. But yeah, so anyways, it does suck. We're not going to have him on the team. Now let's segue and talk about what we think this bullpen could look like, because we didn't have him last year at all either.
It's Montoya has said that he's going to be doing day by day. He's not going to name a closer. He's not going to say this guy's a closer, just like he did last year after Ken Giles went down.
Right.
It's going to be a situational thing with Romano and Dolis, and if they've both been used in back-to-backs, and maybe they've been a gas, maybe they were on a big winning streak, you could see another person in there, whoever's hot in the bullpen. So we have a shitload of options, but we're missing that clear option.
Yeah. What this does mean is pick up Romano and Dolis in your fantasy leagues right now.
Romano? He went from like a 7 owned percentage to 24 in 2 days.
The stocks are up, and I'm also I got my eye on Dolis as well, because I do think that Dolis is a stud.
They're
and
gonna
I feel
split.
like feel like they are gonna split. I think that's probably what it's gonna look like is, because last year they both had sub 2 ERAs, really really nice, and they were super good. And I was looking too, I'm just gonna list off some names here: Baraki, Chatwood, Hatch, Kay, Merriweather, Payamps, TJ Zoic. These are all guys that we have kind of in our bullpen that can fill innings and can get outs for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of them are at the level of 2019 Kirby Yates.
Right.
But we do have guys.
Yeah, and like I said before, it's I think those guys are going to be the bridge guys, leading up to the Romano and Dolis. Romano and Dolis were the clear setup roles for Kirby Yates, but now it's going to be Romano, Dolis flip-flopping.
Yeah.
And then maybe we have an emergence of someone this year kind of taking up that third role, hopefully, kind of like another setup guy role.
Sure.
So it is bad. We obviously, this move literally means nothing now to this season.
We lost.
Yeah. So it's a big hit on our bullpen. It's a big loss. Shit was going to happen. I didn't think it'd be happening this early, but it's fucking happening.
Yeah, I mean, I was super excited for Yates, as I think a lot of Blue Jays fans were. I thought that was honestly, in my opinion, one of the best signings that we made in the offseason, because it really was super cheap. And we know that his ceiling's high, but this was always the price that we could have paid. So, anyways, that's that. One video that I do want to make, and I haven't done my research yet because this is all reaction. But one video maybe that we make in the coming future is, should we sign another relief pitcher?
Trade for one?
Trade or sign. There are still guys available.
Right.
Ozuna, for instance.
We're not getting him back.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
Names,
but I'm tossing out names here because I've had a couple guys ask on Instagram. So I think that would be an interesting video to look at. And
definitely. Because you're always going to look for adding bullpen arms. Our bullpen ended the year pretty bad. A lot of people thought we were really good. I thought we were really good. But actually on paper, we were one of the worst in the AL.
Yeah. We had a very nice first 30 games, and then it just got worn out, and I'm not, and that's the thing. It's I don't know if we got worn out or the true colors of some of these players started to show.
Yeah, it could be a bit of.
I tend to lean on the we got worn out.
Yeah, I am leaning on that just because the fact that our starters were literally getting pulled at 3, and it's who the hell are we playing right now? We have to play our best guys all the time, and especially in a playoff race that we were in, we're forced to play these guys, and they're crap, I'm tired.
Yes.
So
I completely agree. But you know what? I don't want to get too deep into this, but wouldn't be opposed if we wanted to go out and sign someone else.
Oh no, absolutely not.
$2, $3, $4 million on a 1 year.
Absolutely. Honestly, I would thank management for adding that extra blanket, because that's what Yates was, and no one's gonna fill that Yates blanket. That blanket's thick and soft.
Yeah,
but this one
thick, soft, and heavy, and comfy, and that sort of shit that grandma knits.
Exactly, lovely grandma knitted sweater. Maybe this one's a newspaper. It's something.
Dude, I don't know if we want a newspaper, but I was that's like Yamaguchi,
Yamaguchi's a fucking newspaper.
I don't think we need any more newspapers.
But even if it is a newspaper, at least it's a blanket. It's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
I guess. It's Toronto. I'm just picturing the Toronto Blue Jays like a homeless right now, man. It's we gotta get our newspapers.
We gotta get something.
Oh Jesus Christ.
But I want to move on to the next guy.
Who else got hurt? Because it wasn't just Yates.
No, it was
but another freaking sign. In fact, all of these guys we signed in this fucking
all of these guys.
What the hell is wrong with us?
George Springer gets diagnosed under MRI. He gets diagnosed with a second grade strain, oblique strain, which is one of my least favorite things to hear, especially as a batter. That is the muscle that you are using, that is twisting, that is extending when you are swinging. That is where like a lot of your core power comes from as a hitter. And this is, however, the bright side is, and I don't know if George Springer's just saying this and the media is like, oh crap, we can't like announce how bad this is. Apparently the symptoms are less severe than the second grade strain.
Okay, well, here's my fucking thing. Apparently yesterday Kirby Yates was out for multiple weeks.
I know. I
don't want to be that guy, but like we have to be bringing that up.
I know. And the thing is, a grade 2 oblique strain is bad. And you know, if even if you shelf this guy for a week, which they plan to do, they plan to shelf him for the weekend and get him ready as they should and get him ready for opening day weekend. Do not be surprised if he gets aggravated again. He's off again. So, I mean, because the thing is, what are you going to do? You sign someone $150 million. You're going to tell your fan base he's not going to play for 2 months or 3 months, whatever the fucking recovery time is.
Yeah, tell me that.
I know, but that's what they're.
If that is the what needs to be done.
But that's what they're thinking. Shit, we can't shelf this guy. We just paid him $150 million.
Well, okay. Here's my thing. We are no doctors here. We are only reporting what Twitter tells us.
Yes.
So this
Best
is
source.
Yeah, exactly right. But like, if this guy is seriously hurt, we have him for 6 years, and we're paying him $150 million. You know, Kirby Yates is a very short-term, low-risk investment.
Right.
This investment is a lot. This is, one of wasn't this like our biggest signing ever from Toronto Blue Jays? This is the biggest signing that we've ever done ever. Yeah. This is the biggest investment we have ever made. Do not fuck it up and rush him back early and have this guy's, first year and a half with the team be injury ridden. You know what oblique says to me? That is synonymous with Aaron Judge. That is synonymous with that guy. Whenever I hear that word, I'm
oblique.
Like, Aaron Judge. I'm like, I do not want this guy to be like Aaron Judge.
No. And like...
Or at least the injuries anyways.
Yeah. I mean, for me, obviously I agree. I don't want to be injured a shitload. What I want from George Springer's point of view is I don't want him to just play through it. Because if I'm George Springer, that's what I'm going to want to do. I'm going to want to prove to my brand new club, my second club I've ever been. I've never been with another club.
Just sign this massive deal.
I don't want to be like, I'm not going to go, oh, hey guys, sorry, I can't, I am kind of hurt and I am going to sit down. Because he's saying that his symptoms are a lot less than what the diagnosis has been saying. So he's probably like, oh no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, it's a little tight, but like, no. Please, Springer, shelf yourself for like 3 to 4 weeks. No one's gonna want to hear it. I'm gonna hear that report and go shit. But I'd rather that than on and off for like
way,
half the season.
Way better than that. And the beautiful thing about our team too, with the offensive side anyways, not the pitching side, but the offensive side, is that we have enough guys that we can bridge that gap. We can get through that.
Yeah.
It's like, I still remember, I'm talking Green Bay Packers here again, but I still remember when Aaron Rodgers breaks his rib, plays the entire season, doesn't even tell anyone about it, and then afterwards he's like, oh yeah, I had a broken rib.
Yeah.
Different story though, because like the difference of quarterbacks is massive. With George Springer, we got Vlad, we got Lourdes, we got Bo, we got T.O. I'm not gonna keep going on here. Like, we have guys that are capable of scoring runs for us. So I'd much prefer it that you take the time that you need and then, come back fully good.
And especially Marcus Semien is a classic leadoff hitter. He's been a leadoff hitter, especially in his MVP year. And if he's hot as hell right now in spring training, if he can set the table while George Springer is on the shelf, because Montoya set that lineup where it was him and then Biggio.
I saw that. Yesterday or
it was like yesterday or something. So if that's the case, fine. I mean, our lineup was still nasty. Every time I look at our team, like we haven't played our full A lineup yet, like with our ideal players.
Yeah.
We've always had like one or two guys on the shelf, but I still look at that lineup and I'm like, damn, that's good. So shelf yourself, shelf yourself, Springer. Get healthy, get recovered, and move on, man.
Yeah, this is also one of these injuries that I'm going to be monitoring the reports a lot.
Oh, yeah.
This week, next week, because now it's like I'm triggered, bro. It's like with that Kirby Yates thing. It's like yesterday I was like, oh, okay, it's just a couple weeks, like we'll be fine, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you lied to me. You lied. So it's like I'm triggered. I'm on high alert. I'm going to be watching this pretty closely.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not as bad as what Yates is to him. So
just grade 2 is really bad.
Yeah.
Grade 2 is bad.
That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Okay, so the third guy on this list.
This one actually isn't bad. It's just kind of like, bro. Robbie Ray slipped on some stairs and fell on his throwing elbow, his left elbow.
Robbie.
And bruised it.
Come on, bro. Look where you're going.
Yeah. So whatever. I mean, whatever. I don't know if he's gotten actually an MRI or anything. I believe it's not. He's just kind of bruised it. Yeah. So he's going to miss one spring start, and then he's apparently going to be ready for opening day. Now, worst case scenario, they fucking MRI it. There's a chip or something. He's got to go on the shelf because Robbie Ray is supposed to be fighting for our number 2.
Oh my God, bro. I can't, dude, if we look back at this, he slipped on some fucking stairs. It's like he's having a great spring training and then he slips on some stairs and then it's like this leads to this awful season or something.
Dude,
like, please, God, don't fuck me up.
Kevin Pillar a few years ago for the Toronto Blue Jays sneezed and then pulled his diaphragm.
Yeah.
He sneezed.
Well, I still remember when when Carlos Correa was getting a massage
and broke his ribs,
and somebody they pressed on his ribs too hard and it fractured his ribs, and then he's out like 2 months.
That's ridiculous.
And I had him on my fantasy team at the time, and he had just come back from some other ridiculous thing. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So please, God, Robbie Ray, look where you were walking.
Or remember Pasternak?
Oh my God, yeah. David Pasternak, similar thing. Now, I'm convinced David Pasternak is a very good hockey player. By the way, guys, plays on Boston Bruins. If you guys don't know, but he was leaving some. It was like
gallery or something.
Yeah, or it was like a dinner with the team at like a gala of some kind, and then he slipped on some stairs walking out. I am convinced that guy was fucking hammered, and it's it's impossible. Like his hand-eye is amazing, so there's no way this guy just slipped on some stairs or something. Right. But I mean, for Robbie Ray's case, please, dude, just ice that thing.
Yeah, ice it
and do not have any goddamn bone chips. I do not want to hear anything else about fucking bone chips. Ew.
No more moving from bone chips. And no more pitchers going down, please.
Oh my God.
No more pitchers going down.
No more pitchers going down.
We already had Nate Pearson. Hopefully Ray's easy. We fucking lost Kirby Yates. This man's fucking dead.
Oh my God. How is this this is how we're going to be fucking 4th in the division in several months. It's just the pitchers start dying.
You know how we're guaranteed 4th in the division? I hate to throw this out here.
Were you? Yeah, dude, I mean, at that point, we're just barely better than Baltimore.
Our lineups will crush them, but I think barely better in Boston. Barely better in Boston.
I think that we'd be worse than Boston. We'd be worse than Boston at that point. We lose.
I mean, they have Erod. Yeah,
I think we are now worse than Boston. It's dude. Here's the thing. We watched very recently John Boy Media Talking Baseball, great podcast, by the way. Talking Baseball projection of the Toronto Blue Jays, and even when everyone is fully healthy, these guys shat on our pitchers. They were not pleased with our pitchers.
Granted, it was all before spring training. Our pitchers have done very well during spring training, but I think their opinion would not change even now.
Probably not. So here's my thing: is just when everyone is fully healthy, I have some very sizable question marks.
Yeah.
If you get injured, they're not question marks anymore. You answered the question.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Now.
There's
it's
nothing there.
So
and then you replace them with even more question marks.
Yeah, I mean, we're not a team right now that can deal with a bunch of injuries. We've just become what I would consider to be a contender, and we are like just barely on that precipice.
Yeah.
So a bunch of injuries, and we are now a tier down for sure.
Fuck. I hate this shit. Well, guys, let us know what you think about all these injuries. You guys have been letting us know on our Instagram. I always know when something's going on. My phone starts going.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, so I honestly appreciate that.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good. It's really good. So yeah, let us know as well on the YouTube comments once this is posted and everything what you think about these injuries. Are you worried about George Springer? Are you worried about Robbie Ray and Kirby Yates? Just rest in peace. Rips in the chat, please.
Yeah,
Rips in the chat.
Absolutely, guys. You can check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, make sure to please like, subscribe, comment down below. And to Patreon. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it before.
Shit.
I thought we'll got to do it on
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
do it on
So
Thursday.
once again, shout this guy out at the end of the podcast. Alejandro Kirk, new Patreon member. You can become a Patreon member for $3 a month, and then you can call into the show on the Wine Unwinds. It's so much fun. We're usually drinking more than we are right now. It's a great time, so definitely make sure to please become part of that community. And again, if you did want to win that jersey, today Jays is the code. Monkey Knife Fight, first deposit, first bet. You'll be entered.
Yeah.
I think I covered everything on that one.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And go Jays, go.